Before the video begins, make sure to comment some questions down below, because for 500 subscribers, I will be doing a Q&A video. Thanks. Hello everybody, WorldWideRailfanTV here. Today I'm doing episode 4 of Retired Amtrak Power, and I will be discussing the EMD/GMD GP40TC and how it became the GP38H-3 that we all know today. Before we begin, I have a bit of an announcement. I know that you guys want me to do the F40PH and the AEM7, but both of those are being done by Amtrak Guy 365, so sadly I will not be doing those. Now, anyway, let's talk about the GP40TC. The story of how the GP40TC came to be takes place in the mid-1960s. GO Transit, a commuter rail in Canada, was looking for new engines. GMD, which is now modern-day EMD, was not focused on making passenger locomotives because the freight business was more profitable and freight companies typically bought more engines. GO Transit turned right to GMD for some engines. Eventually, GO ordered 8 of these engines, but GMD put their production on the back burner. These engines were built from 1966 to 1968. Eventually, they were named the GP40TC. GP40TCs were a rendition of the GP40 freight engine, but they were geared for higher speeds and had HEP, or head-end power, which is a generator in the engine that powers the cars in tow. The way HEP works is that the generator in the engine makes an electric current and then transferred it to the cars behind the engine via cords running the entire consist. The GP40TC is essentially a GP40 with head-end power and an SD40 shell to accommodate the generator. The GP in the name means general purpose. The 40 is the model series, and the TC means Toronto commuter. These engines were very reliable, and they were used in Canada from 1968 to 1988, when they were sold to Amtrak and used to power Chicago-based corridor routes like the Wolverine, etc. They still sported the classification GP40TC, until a few years later, where the head-end power was upgraded and was renamed to the GP40H. Where the GP meant general purpose, the 40 again denoting the model series, and the H standing for head-end power. After many years in service, the engines were shipped down to Norfolk Southern's Juniata shops in Altoona, Pennsylvania, and rebuilt into engines that now classify as GP38H-3. The GP meant general purpose, the 38 showed the model series, the H meant head-end power, and the -3 meant that it was the third rendition of this type of engine. They have been serving as work engines for trains like the welded rail train and ballast train, and serving as backup power for diesel-based northern routes like the Downeaster and Adirondack. These engines can be seen in Phase 3B and Phase 5B. The GP38H-3s had EMD steel cast bells and first-generation K5LAs like many Amtrak engines from the 1980s and 90s. Since I'm still talking about the technical stuff, the fleet numbers for the GP40TCs when they were with GO were 500 through 507. When they were sold to Amtrak, they were renumbered to 192 through 199, then they were renamed to 520 through 527 to make room for the P42DCs when they were built into GP38H-3s. In conclusion, these GP40s were not very well known, and although they didn't do anything major for Amtrak, they have certainly stood the test of time as they have been in service since the 1960s. Thanks for watching. This has been episode 4 of Retired Amtrak Power. As always, please make sure to click the I button in the top right corner in order to choose what locomotive I should discuss in the next episode. I'm honestly not sure what I should talk about next time due to the lack of information on the X2000 and Ice Train set. If anybody wants to send me media or info on one of these two, shoot me an email at worldwiderailfantv@gmail.com. I will give you a shout out in the next video for providing all of this info. If you really enjoy my voiceover videos, I'm sure you will like my Disney World Trains video coming out in about a month. It will be about the history and how the trains at Disney World work, and it will be 100% voiceover, just like this video. In addition to that, when I hit 500 subscribers, I will be doing a Q&A video. So if you want to be featured in that, make sure to drop a comment down below asking me any questions. As always, thanks for watching. WorldWideRailfanTV signing off.